Inside a small cottage on the outskirts of France lives a colony of common rats, but one of them is truly special, Remy, a young rat with an exceptional sense of smell and taste. He lives with his brother Emile, who is easily impressed.
Flour, eggs, sugar, vanilla bean, oh, small twist of lemon.
Whoa, you can smell all that? You have a gift.
And his father, who is never impressed.
So, you can smell ingredients. So what?
No one admires Remy's talent until he saves everyone from eating poisoned food.
Whoa, don't eat that! What's going on here?
Since then, it has been Remy's duty to help the rats recognize safe-to-eat items.
Clean.
But his gift has consequences too. Because of his refined palate, he cannot eat garbage like other rats and dreams of dining like humans. His father forbids him from stealing and warns him about the dangers of interacting with humans. Despite this, Remy roams around the cottage where an old woman lives. He finds a strawberry and a piece of cheese, and together, they taste like heaven. Remy also notices a cooking show on television featuring the famous French chef Auguste Gusteau, the owner of a 5-star restaurant. Gusteau inspires Remy to cook different dishes. Remy keeps visiting the living room to watch the show and gradually begins to explore the world of cooking. One day he finds a mushroom, and Emile brings a piece of rare cheese. Excited, Remy decides to cook them with a little rosemary. Without a stove, he uses the chimney. Unfortunately, a thunderstorm breaks out, and lightning strikes. Both rats survive, but the mushroom is roasted by the lightning. Remy loves the new flavor, but he believes something is missing: saffron. To find it, they sneak into the kitchen. Emile is terrified, but Remy assures him the old woman won't wake up for hours. Remy knows this because he often sneaks in to read Gusteau's cookbook. Remy finds saffron, but then he notices a news broadcast on TV. His beloved idol has died. After Gusteau's death, the restaurant lost 2 stars due to the incident and a scathing review by food critic Anton Ego. Lost in the news, Remy doesn't notice the old woman waking up. She screams at the sight of the rats and pulls out a gun, firing wildly. Remy and Emile survive, but the bullets bring down the ceiling, revealing the colony. The rats flee in emergency boats, but Remy is left behind, trying to save the cookbook. Separated from his family, he waits for a signal for days, but no one shows up. While reading the cookbook, Remy creates an imaginary Gusteau in his mind, who encourages him to keep exploring. Following the sewers, Remy finds his way out and into Paris, just steps away from Gusteau's restaurant. Amazed, he sneaks into the ceiling and watches the kitchen below. The head chef, Skinner, supervises harshly, while a clumsy young man named Alfredo arrives seeking a job. His late mother, an acquaintance of Gusteau, told him to deliver a letter to Skinner. But the rude chef ignores it and hires Alfredo as a garbage boy. Alfredo, eager but clumsy, spills half a pot of soup. Panicking, he adds water and random ingredients. Watching from above, Remy can't bear to see the soup ruined. He slips and accidentally falls into the kitchen. Trying to escape, he notices an open window, but he can't bring himself to leave. He wants to fix the soup. Remy washes his hands, lowers the flame, and begins adding ingredients until the soup reaches perfection. Alfredo notices him and hides him under a strainer, but Skinner catches Alfredo and accuses him of tampering with the soup. While scolding him, the soup is unknowingly served to a food critic.
Linguini, you're fired! F-I-R-E-D, fired!
To everyone's surprise, she praises it and calls the head chef.
What did the customer say?
It was not a customer. It was a critic.
Ego?
Soline Leclerc.
Leclerc?
Shocked but impressed, Colette, the only female chef, defends Alfredo, reminding everyone of Gusteau's motto, "Anyone can cook." Skinner reluctantly accepts Alfredo as a chef, demanding he recreate the soup. Later, Remy tries to escape, but Skinner captures him and orders Alfredo to dispose of the rat. Alfredo spares him, letting him go, but soon realizes Remy understands him. Excited, he asks if Remy wants to cook again. Remy nods. Alfredo takes Remy home, but the next morning he panics when he can't find him, until he discovers Remy cooking breakfast with herbs from the neighbor's garden. Though Alfredo warns him not to steal again, he begins to trust the rat. Back at the restaurant, Alfredo must remake the soup. But how can Remy help without being seen? By chance, they discover Remy can control Alfredo's body by tugging on his hair. Hiding under Alfredo's chef's hat, they stay up all night practicing. The next day, Alfredo successfully recreates the soup under Remy's guidance. Impressed, Skinner orders Colette to train Alfredo. Meanwhile, Skinner finally reads Alfredo's mother's letter and calls his lawyer. Alfredo, it turns out, is Gusteau's illegitimate son, the true heir to the restaurant. Skinner, who will inherit it if no heir is found within 2 months, fears losing everything. As Alfredo learns under Colette, he improves quickly. She shares her struggles as a female chef in a male-dominated world, but proves to be a brilliant teacher. The kitchen staff, each with troubled pasts, also remind him of Gusteau's belief that anyone can cook. Alfredo's dishes become popular, but customers demand something new. Seeing an opportunity, Skinner challenges him with a notoriously difficult recipe. Colette advises strictly following the book, but Remy improvises instead. To Colette's frustration, Alfredo obeys Remy. The dish is served.
Is Linguini's dish done yet?
Yeah, it's as bad as we remember. Just went out.
Did you taste it?
Oh, yeah, of course. Before he changed it.
Good. What? How could he change it?
And it's a triumph. Orders flood in for Alfredo's special. That night, Skinner tries to uncover Alfredo's secret, but Alfredo stays loyal. Meanwhile, Remy secretly visits his family.
Remy!
A meal?
I can't believe it! Why?
I thought I'd never see you guys again.
I figured you didn't survive the rapids.
And what are you eating?
Who warn him about the dangers of humans. His father even shows him a shop filled with rat traps and poisons, but Remy refuses to give up his dream of creating a better future. Back at the restaurant, Alfredo collapses from overwork. Colette confronts him angrily, but just as Alfredo is about to confess about Remy, the rat tugs his hair, forcing him to kiss her. To his surprise, she kisses him back. Meanwhile, Skinner receives the DNA test results, and the truth is revealed. Alfredo is indeed Gusteau's heir. Determined to protect his own claim, Skinner decides to keep Alfredo's identity a secret and wait until the legal deadline passes. Unaware of the revelation, Alfredo is busy playing the role of the, quote, lover boy. Distracted in the kitchen, he begins prioritizing Colette's suggestions over Remy's. One night, while going out with Colette, Alfredo even drops Remy in the middle of the road. Barely escaping death, Remy realizes the harsh truth. He is just a filthy rat in the eyes of humans. When he returns to the kitchen, Remy finds Emile and his friends looking for more good food. Since the refrigerator is locked, Remy sneaks into Skinner's office to find the key. There, he stumbles upon Gusteau's will and the DNA report. But before he can leave, Skinner spots him and gives chase. Remy escapes through the streets, even leaping onto a boat, until finally shaking him off. Skinner falls into the river, and when Remy returns, the truth has already been revealed. Skinner is thrown out, and Alfredo takes over the restaurant. The news spreads quickly, and the media swarms the restaurant. Alfredo claims his skills come from his bloodline and credits Colette as his inspiration. Remy feels betrayed, but stays silent. Soon after, Anton Ego, the feared food critic who ruined Gusteau, arrives, demanding to be impressed.
You're Anton Ego.
You're slow for someone in the fast lane.
And you're thin for someone who likes food.
I don't like food, I love it. If I don't love it, I don't swallow. I will return tomorrow night with high expectations. Pray you don't disappoint me.
Chaos fills the kitchen as the staff prepares for Anton's visit. Remy offers ideas, but Alfredo refuses to listen and, frustrated, carries Remy out of the kitchen. Feeling deceived after all he has done, Remy decides to take revenge. He brings the entire rat colony for a midnight feast in the kitchen. They swarm the food, but Alfredo arrives unexpectedly. Shocked to see the infestation, he feels utterly betrayed. Though he apologizes to Remy for dismissing his efforts, his trust is broken.
How could you? I thought you were my friend. I trusted you. Get out, you and all your rat buddies. And don't come back or I'll treat you the way restaurants are supposed to treat pests.
The next day, Anton Ego arrives. He does not order from the menu. Instead, he tells Alfredo to serve him the restaurant's best dish. Meanwhile, Remy, devastated, considers giving up. Emile tries to cheer him by inviting him to scavenge, but Remy ends up saving him from a mousetrap, only to get caught himself. The culprit is Skinner, who plans to exploit Remy's talents to launch a frozen food line. Locked in a cage, Remy despairs, but his imaginary Gusteau urges him to follow his passion. Just in time, Emile and his father rescue him. Surprisingly, his father finally supports his dream, telling him to cook if that is what he truly loves. Remy rushes back to the restaurant, only to find disaster. Orders for Alfredo's signature dishes flood in, but Alfredo is helpless without Remy's guidance. One chef attempts to kill Remy, but Alfredo intervenes, revealing the truth. The real chef is Remy. Horrified, the staff walks out, even Colette. Defeated, Alfredo hides in his office, but Remy refuses to quit. With his family's help, he takes charge. Half the rats distract the food inspector, while the others clean and sanitize themselves to work in the kitchen. Under Remy's leadership, they prepare for Ego's order. Colette returns at the last moment and asks what dish he wants to serve. Remy chooses a humble peasant dish, Ratatouille. When served, Ego is shocked by the choice but reluctantly takes a bite. The taste transports him back to his childhood, when his mother's cooking comforted him after long days. Overcome with emotion, he requests to meet the chef. Colette explains that it will only be possible once the other guests have left. That night, Alfredo reveals the truth and introduces Remy. Ego says nothing and leaves. The next day, his review is published. Food critics often write to gain attention, dismissing the efforts of chefs. I was one of them, but last night, I discovered something extraordinary. I finally understand Gusteau's words. Anyone can cook. Despite the glowing review, the restaurant is shut down due to hygiene violations, and Ego loses his job for speaking so honestly. Yet, all is not lost. Remy and Alfredo open a new restaurant together, one that welcomes both humans and rats. Their most honored guest? Anton Ego himself. Subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on notifications. And don't forget to like and comment. Thank you.